Hey, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you what might just be the best business class lounge I've ever been in. The Emirates Business Class Lounge at Dubai Airport, Concourse A. I visited while transiting for about 5 hours at Dubai Airport on my way from Singapore to London. And as I was arriving into and leaving from the A gates, this made the most sense. The lounge is located about a 5-minute walk from transit security and up one set of escalators. What I found interesting is that Dubai Airport actually has 3 business class lounges, one for each concourse of Terminal 3. I'll review the others in separate videos, but this video is going to focus on the one at Concourse A. Upon entering the lounge, you are greeted with this very cool sculpture, which shows the planes constantly circumnavigating the globe like Emirates and other airlines do. The other thing that strikes you is just how high quality the finish is here. They have spared no expense in making the lounge look lovely, having nice water features and high quality materials throughout. This definitely does not feel low end. The lounge is open 24 hours, and I was arriving very early in the morning, at about 4 o'clock. So the first thing I did was go over and get a coffee. They had coffee machines scattered throughout the lounge, serving everything you could want. Hey, if you're enjoying the video so far, please subscribe. It really helps my channel. All there was to do now was to finish my coffee and make my way over to the showers to freshen up. The showers were located about midway through the lounge, and despite this being prime shower time, I had no delay and walked straight into one. The showers themselves are huge. They consist of both a main shower head and a detachable shower head, and the toiletries were by the same Voya brand that they have for the aftershave on board the Emirates flights. Each shower room comes with a toilet with a detachable bidet, and also has a very nice sink with a sort of marble finish and hand lotion and hand wash provided. I haven't heard of this Voya brand before, although they seem to be fairly consistently used by Emirates. Each shower room came with a plugged-in hairdryer, which is always handy for after you've had a shower. Numerous towels and slippers were provided, and you could request more if you wanted. All in all, I was very impressed with the showers. Having had my shower, it was time for round 2 on the coffee. And again, despite it now being about an hour later, the lounge felt absolutely deserted. It was finished with plants throughout. Each seat had a mobile wireless charging station where you just place your mobile phone on it and it begins charging. Or, if your phone doesn't support this, they had the traditional USB-A, USB-C, and universal power adapters. The seats were finished in a fine red leather trim, which I thought felt particularly high-end, certainly not what you would see in a typical business class lounge. Now, one thing that you will begin to see in this video is the true scale of the lounge. The lounge is 16,500 square meters. And before you ask, I didn't make a mistake there. I meant meters, not feet. It's 178,000 square foot. The lounge runs for the entire length of the A concourse terminal, basically having its own floor. It is no exaggeration to say it will take you about 15 minutes to walk from one end to the other, and that's at a decent pace. Despite being very early in the morning, there were plenty of snacks like dates and also alcoholic drinks, including Moet champagne available. This is available 24 hours a day, so no matter what time you arrive at the lounge, there'll be something for you. Having walked for about 5 minutes, I felt like I must have made a decent dent into the lounge, but no, as you can see here from the map with a "You Are Here" red dot, I was barely 1/3 of the way through it. This lounge is absolutely huge, and as a result, never felt busy. It has a capacity of 2,500 passengers. One feature that I thought was quite cool was this room here. In case you can't tell, It's their cigar lounge and smoking room. Now, I'm not a smoker, but I do enjoy the occasional cigar, and the ability to have a separate room to indulge in your vice, absolutely perfect. So comfortable and so incredibly tastefully done. It was at this point I honestly felt like I'd been walking for ages. It must have been a good 10 to 15 minutes and I still hadn't reached the end of the lounge. One thing that I did think was cool was that they have their own duty-free shop here, so you don't even need to leave the lounge to get your duty-free. They also have their own in-lounge ticketing desk to sort out any issues you may have with your transfer. By this point, the sun had risen and it was almost time for me to get back onto an A380 to take me to London. So I made one stop off to get a coffee, a Coke Zero, or well, Pepsi Black, but same difference, and a few small snacks, namely baklava and dates. Perfect for being in a Dubai lounge. Now this next bit has got to be the coolest feature of the lounge in my opinion. When it's time for boarding, you don't leave the lounge. You board directly from it. You see, scattered every 100 meters or so throughout the lounge, there's a lift that takes you direct to your boarding gate. You leave here, you go down the lift, and you're right onto the jet bridge, which will take you to the plane. This is not only super convenient, but allows you to maximize your time enjoying that lovely champagne in the lounge before you board. Overall, I was absolutely blown away by this lounge. It's quite possibly the best business class lounge I've ever been to anywhere in the world. Its reputation is fully justified. For a start, the size is absolutely mind-blowing. At 178,000 square foot, it's over twice the size of a British Premier League football pitch. You really can't wrap your head around how large it is until you see it in person. And also, that means it's almost never going to get fully booked. I cannot imagine ever not being able to get a seat in this lounge. I mean, just take a look at this map. It's like the map for the terminal itself, not a business class lounge. But just because it's large doesn't mean they skimped on quality. All of the finishings and features throughout the lounge looked high-end, and the showers, which I would remind you I did not have to queue for, are great, perfect to freshen up before or after a long flight, bearing in mind that most passengers here will be transiting through to another destination. And as the icing on the cake, the ability to board your flight directly from the lounge is so cool and so convenient. I highly, highly, highly recommend this lounge. I'll be back again and recommend you try it out.